Today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by Jennifer C. at HomeLifeCultureLink.com, Nino Simeka at MortgageGodfather.ca, and Jewelry Forever at JewelryForever.ca. Enjoy the show.
Broadcasting live from Glenmore Record Studios in Toronto, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, your Sunday morning talk show with interesting guests, live musical performances, and the most fun you can fit in your coffee cup. Hosted by Scott Dion Brown and Regine Alaina, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.
Happy birthday to you. And a very merry unbirthday to me. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode
128.
Welcome to episode 128 of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown. I'm your host, the one, the only, Scott Dion Brown. And I'm sorry to say, everybody, my co-host is not here today because she is, it's a special event today. It's her birthday special. So she is not the co-host. She is the guest, the one, the only,
Regine Alaina. Happy Sunday, everyone, and thanks for having me as a guest, Scott. It's been a while.
Yes, hello, Regine. It's very nice to finally speak with you. It's just been so very long. But happy birthday, Regine.
Thank you. I don't know if you've noticed, I have my sash on, my Canada Galaxy sash, but I also have two birthday sashes next to me and a birthday crown, actually. See? Like
very
that. Fitting.
Ta-da! Nice. The birthday crown.
Yes, but I won't wear it until my actual birthday. Oops.
So when is your actual birthday? When is your actual birthday?
Friday.
Oh, Friday. All right. So this is the birthday special. And how was your week, Regine?
My week, I feel like it flew by. By the time Thursday came and I was like, hey Scott, do we have a guest? I feel like now that I'm working again and we've all been in lockdown for over a year, it feels I feel like my days have just mushed into one. So nothing special this week, just work. How's your
work? Exactly. Well, it is. Yeah, I mean, I am finding that too, though. The weeks do fly by quickly. Yeah, you're right. When it's suddenly it's Thursday and the day, it kind of worries me. I don't like how fast time feels like it's flying. But like, I mean, we're already, what is this? We're in April now, so it's like
almost May.
Yeah, we're like a third of the way through the year already. You know what I mean? So, low key. Good morning, everyone, and happy birthday, Regine. Oh, go.
Thanks,
thank you.
Low key.
Hello, low key. Good morning. Welcome to the show. But yeah, I don't know why the time flies by so quick. I mean, I guess it's good that it means that generally I'm getting stuff done, busy and things. But it's weird. Like, it feels like this pandemic is just eating time, eating it in a way that makes me, I don't like it. I don't like it, Regine.
No, and the saying, like, time is, I forgot what the saying was. I was making it up while I was saying it. But you know how they say, trying to sound smart, but you know how they're like, you can never get time back, right? So use your time wisely. But how are we supposed to use our time wisely if we're forced to stay inside?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing. It's like that old saying.
Insert here.
Yeah. But no, it's true. It's and that's the thing. The problem for me is that it feels like it's hard to like, you just look at how much time went by and you're like, I feel like did I use my time wisely? Did I use it enough? I don't know. It's just one of those things. I don't know. It's a struggle, I guess. But then I have other people saying, because there's, especially in the beginning of the pandemic, there was a lot of talk about how it's like, oh, make sure, use this time to really be productive and write that book and do all this stuff. And then other people were like, that's kind of died down, I think, because
all their books are done.
Yeah, I guess. But no, it's more like, this is kind of a traumatic time for everybody. So you don't really want to punish yourself for if you weren't as productive as you wanted to be. We're all kind of finding ways to deal with it. So
100%. Well, I mean,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Well, I was gonna say, like, for us as pageant girls, my reign was extended for 2 years, and our appearances had to shift otherwise. As well as some of my friends and family know, I'm typically out and about. I'm never home. I'm usually doing an appearance here, there, and everywhere. And now it's all been from my living room where I'm sitting right now. So.
Yeah. So you just sort of have this feeling that you're just stuck. You're just kind of stuck.
100%. And I'm too much of an extrovert to actually be sitting at home doing nothing. So I know some people who are extroverts, they've kind of adapted and now they're homebodies. I'm just like, I need to get out.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It was a huge change. I've gotten used to it now. I mean, to be honest, I didn't go out that much before. So it wasn't a huge... The only things that really changed were work-related for me, which, I mean, is sad because I love whenever I get to work. But things have kind of evened out now. It's... In fact, I actually kind of like the... I've gotten used to doing the self-tape auditions now.
Nice.
And I almost... I don't know if I want to say I prefer it, but I actually think I might prefer it now that I'm used to it.
Well, because then you also get to edit it and pick their best shot. And
yeah.
Exactly.
Like you can't... It's impossible to blow an audition now. Like I'm never going to have that moment where I walk in and I'm like... I mean, the thing is, I've never really... That hasn't happened, luckily, for me yet. But there's just the idea that I can take 800 takes if I want to. And then I can just pick the best and send it off, and they'll see me at my best.
Well, it's the same with virtual pageants. It's the same thing. You record your multiple takes and pick the best one, combine them into one. But I'd be interested if one day, the people that you're auditioning for was like, hey, can you actually send us the raw footage?
I'd be like,
then what?
Deleted it.
No,
Sorry.
That is the raw footage. What are you talking about?
I only do one take.
It's only one take wonder over here.
Yeah. Well, you know what the thing is, because the way it's been done lately now is, so you do the initial audition, like you record yourself, you send that one off, but then of the ones they receive, they can then pick their favorites, and those ones they then do a Zoom audition. So that one's at least live, right?
Yeah.
So what I find is it's a good way to initially send it off, and then they can kind of, that way they don't have to see everybody at once.
Yeah.
And actually, that's why I think almost in the long run, I wonder if they'll keep this, like, because it used to be you go to a casting house and you wait in the waiting room, right, and then you go in and do your audition. But I can see them doing something like
half and half.
Yeah, like the first audition is all self-tape, and then the people that they like, they call them in for a physical audition.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, because I've got to think they're saving so much money, because every time you rent a physical location, it's money. They have to spend money, right? And there's only a certain number of people they can see because there's only so much time in a day. But doing it that way, I mean, I feel like it's just because I'm wondering if it's one of those things, like, I remember we talked in the past about, like, you wonder what things have been permanently changed because of the pandemic that we're not even aware of. And I wonder if the way they do auditions, and probably other in-person things too, like other workplaces, like how many companies are just going to permanently stay working remote? Yeah. It's
who knows?
Who knows? Hello, Ruben. How are you? Welcome to the show. Good morning. Good morning. We're chatting with. In fact, Regine, you didn't even really get an intro because
you talked.
Here, I'll give you one now, ladies and gentlemen. Our guest today is a professional host of the sit down and the pageant sit down. She's a professional MC, a professional event planner. She's a business owner and CEO of Deliciousness Treats. And she's also a beauty queen, the current reigning Miss Galaxy 2021. Regine Alaina.
Yay!
That was pretty
That's
good. Right?
amazing. It was. You guys are like professional. I don't know why, but I cringed every time you're like professional. Like, ooh. But it's interesting to hear your like take on my bio. So that was great. Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, it was oh, Scott, I noticed how nice that link poster looks. Is he talking about the thumbnail?
Behind
You're talking
you.
about the thumbnail? Oh
No,
wait.
behind
Oh,
you.
link.
Come
Oh
on,
yes.
Scott.
I thought he was talking, the post. Anyway, yes.
There it is.
It's Link on his horsey. Link on his horsey.
There you go.
Actually, my brother gave me that a long time ago.
Nice.
And it wasn't planned initially to be the backdrop of the thing, but it kind of
Just
became
fit.
it. Oh, and DUR Have Stupid is here as well. Hello, DUR Have Stupid. Hello, welcome, all of you guys. Welcome to our birthday, Regine Alaina birthday special of the Sit Down.
Yeah.
So Regine, a lot of things happened this past year.
Mhm.
One of the things, though, obviously through this pandemic, we started doing the show remotely. But then a
Mhm.
little while later, Regine launched her own show, which you guys can watch on her channel. Make sure you subscribe to her, link in description, on Mondays and Wednesdays, the Pageant Sit Down.
Mhm.
So how have you found, Regine, how have you found the experience of kind of basically being on the helm and leading your own show?
I obviously face the challenges of what equipment do I use? How do I set this up? What platform am I using? Do I use Facebook or Instagram or YouTube? And I had to do some research and figure out what worked best. And because we were kind of branching it off from the sit down, it only made sense to use the same platform that you're using, which is YouTube. And it actually helped that you knew exactly what I needed to do. Virtually, it was a little bit harder to learn, but also easier to learn because I know you. If I were to because you can be like, oh, watch a YouTube video. I'm not that kind of learner. So it helped that you're like, hey, this is what you need to do. But when it comes from being a co-host to the main host, I was really nervous, and it's wild because I don't get nervous when I go on stage, but I got nervous when I'm hosting my own show. I was like, yeah, it'll be easy, but it's not. And now I understand why Scott talks to himself behind the scenes all the time. But it's been great because the overflow of all the girls from all over the world that wanted to be on the show. It was only supposed to be a one-day thing, and then it became a twice a week kind of thing because there were just so many people that were interested. And it's interesting because we're on episode 128, and this week on Wednesday I hit 28 episodes. So I was like, oh, I'm almost there.
Almost there.
Oh, just 100 behind.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you're going to get there a lot faster because you're doing 2 a week. Yeah, that's the thing. The pageant sit down took off in a pretty exciting way because, yeah, like you're. If I remember, you were telling me you basically, if you want to be a guest on the pageant sit down, you're booked now at this point, kind of months in advance, right?
Yeah, I'm towards the end of June now, so. And I know with Galaxy Internationals coming up, I am going to have to do less episodes a week and maybe just go back to the once a week. And then after August, do twice a week again, just so that I can focus on my own pageant prep. I know a lot of the pageant girls that have been on the show are using it as pageant prep for themselves for interview and just exposure to the rest of the world. So yeah, that's coming up. Once a week, coming soon.
There you go. The pageant sit down, everybody. Make sure you subscribe to Regine's channel. Oh, DUR Have Stupid says, well, happy birthday to Regine.
Thank you.
So yes, everybody tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button. We are here today celebrating the birthday special of my co-host and reigning Miss Galaxy Canada 2020 2021. So what you've had to do your reign almost entirely digitally, right? Like there have been almost no. Were there any events that you were able to do in person? I can't remember now. There were some.
Did. So I've actually done 10 or more in-person appearances. So before the lockdown happened, before we knew what COVID was, I went straight into let's see how many I can get in from now until January, because the crowning was, I believe, in September. So from September to January, I worked really hard to get as many in-person interviews, in-person either emceeing, volunteering, whatever it could be. And because of that, I was able to get 10 or more, I think 10 or 12 in person. And then once the pandemic hit, it was, okay, now what do I do? And that's where I looked and tapped into virtual events. But it was a culture shock in a way for myself because, like I said, I am an extrovert. I love being around people. I was not used to this whole virtual reality, but here we are.
Yeah, it's been a weird adjustment. It feels weird now when I see myself in photos in like crowded places next to people. Because it feels like it's from a different, well, it is from a different time, but it feels like so far away now. Like even just the idea of doing that.
Well, just our photos in general, Scott. Like if you look at the starting soon photo and see you next week photo, we're so close to each other. And now we're like screens away from each other.
Yeah. That's the thing. There's going to be this weird, I don't know. I mean, I guess it'll probably happen slowly because I'm just imagining, you know, like now vaccines are rolling out, and depending where you are in the world, it's rolling out sooner or later. And some people have gotten it, some people haven't. But there is going to be a point where, you know, pretty much everybody's got it. So then there's going to be a point where it's like, okay, I guess we can, you know, we can be in person again. Okay, we can go up and meet, but I don't know how. Obviously, there's going to be a point where they say, okay, yeah, it's pretty much safe now. But I think there's going to be a point that'll be later on when people not only is it safe, but they actually feel completely safe. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. Like I really miss patios. Like I really miss going out on the patio and like, you know, having a beer and watching a game or something. But I'm wondering, when will I hit the point where I'm really comfortable to do that? I don't know. It's weird, Regine.
Well, I went to one over the summertime when it was opening up, but what I did was I picked a time where it was not the busiest, so not lunch, not dinner, but that in-between time. Yeah. Because then it's not busy. Yeah. And that made me more comfortable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. I think I went once, around that same time, and they had plexiglass between all the tables. So like, and again, like they were pretty. It depends on the restaurant, because some places, especially like King West, for example, in Toronto, like they were pretty notorious for not really enforcing the social distancing at all. But the one I was at anyway was quite like, you could go there and you felt like you were distanced from people. But I mean, again, it's like before that, like it would never even cross your mind. It's like you almost want to go. The reason you go to a patio is so you can be around people, and especially if you're watching a game and you want to all be together cheering. Yeah. And now it's like, no, I want to go to a patio, but I want there to be nobody else there.
Well, I was looking because this time, about 2 years ago, almost maybe 3 years ago, was the first Canada Galaxy pageant that you were at, where you got your T-shirt. And I watched some of the videos, and just to see how packed that room was of people to now what pageants look like, I was like, oh my goodness, it's a whole new world. Thanks, Aladdin.
Yeah. It is a whole new world.
Yeah.
But it's not better though. It's not a better one.
No.
So hopefully we move back. But that's right. I couldn't really remember what the timeline was. That's right. I saw you become crowned, and that was in person.
No, you
didn't. Oh, I went to the year before. I was at the 1 year before.
Yes, you were when I won first runner-up.
First runner-up.
I didn't have to call you out because you watched a movie instead of going.
What movie did I see? Do you remember?
I think it was an Endgame. Was it Endgame? I think it was Endgame.
It was in September?
No, yeah, September. I think you went and watched Endgame because my brother also didn't go.
And he might have been watching Endgame?
Oh, no, wait. I don't remember. There was
or was
a
it
movie
Star? No, it wouldn't have been Star Wars. Star Wars was in like
December.
December.
I don't know.
It was probably
there.
Either way, it was a very important movie. No, wait.
Oh, was it a concert?
Yeah, maybe it was, or was it like a football game? I
It
feel like it was a
was.
live
It
event. Was
was
it
a
a football
football
game?
game. Yes.
I think I must have been at an
I remember.
Argos
And they
game.
didn't even win. I remember you told me the next week. They didn't even win. So
Yeah.
thanks a lot, Scott.
Even the Argos actually, I keep getting letters from them or emails from them. In fact, they called me a few months ago, the Argos, because we get seasons tickets for the Argos games.
Mhm.
Toronto Argonauts, from people watching not in
Toronto.
Canada or Toronto, yeah. And they called and they were like, "Yeah, do you guys think you want to still be season ticket holders?" And we were like, "Yeah, definitely." Like, okay, great. We just we don't know when.
Oh,
Um,
gosh.
But and you know what they offer? They had this thing where you can it's like you can reserve your spot. I guess it was just a way to try to keep people involved, but obviously they can't have any commitments. So they were like, you can pay 1% of your ticket price to like hold your spot,
Mhm.
and then if you can always cancel later. So it came out to like $6 or something. So like they wanted us to just give them $6.
Okay,
to
here's
say-
my $6.
Yeah, exactly. So it was just, and that was just like a reserve for whenever. Now they're talking about it. They're projecting that it might be August that they're going to start playing games.
Oh.
But
Well, Scott, be comfortable by then. We'll find out. Stay tuned.
yeah, I mean, the thing is, I've got to think once I've got
It's
like,
outside.
yeah, it's outside. Exactly.
Yeah.
One, it's outside.
Sorry.
And also once I'm vaccinated, I feel like I'll feel a lot better,
Mhm.
you know. I mean, it's not 100%, but it's pretty close, the effectiveness they've been saying. So,
Mhm.
so yeah, I mean, sooner or later, you know, we can't just keep living under a rock forever. You know what I mean?
No.
But there we are. Hey, so you've been watching Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Yes,
So you watched all the episodes?
I did.
What are your thoughts, Regine?
So a few weeks ago we were talking about who my favorite Avenger was, and I said Captain America before, like the original Captain America, right? Chris Evans.
Yes.
Now, after watching the entire thing, I don't want to spoil it, but you asked me the question, and I have faith in Captain America again.
Okay. So do you like yeah, okay, we'll talk around it, but hopefully you've seen it. But
If you
like,
haven't watched it, ladies and gentlemen, skip 10 seconds.
sure. Well, you say, yeah, you like the latest iteration of Captain America?
Yes. I think it's what the world needs right now too. It's like it's about time. How about that?
Sure, yeah. Do
Yeah.
you like his suit? What do you think of his suit?
It's definitely not Captain America as we know it, but I do like it.
I found I didn't like it as much. Like, so I
It's not
I
the
actually
same, but
yeah. You know what I think is I don't like is it's like I actually rewatched I was looking back. Yeah, well, over this past week, I was just kind of looking through Disney Plus, and I was like, I don't think I've seen every Marvel movie. So there was a few like I knew I don't think I
have.
yeah. So you have seen every movie. So I haven't seen them all. And like I remember there were a bunch that like I would go up to my parents' house, you know, or and like when my brother was still living there, right, and I would go up there and he would often have one of the Marvel movies on.
He
So, like,
always had a movie on.
yeah. So that's why, like, I'm pretty sure I'd seen like the ending of Iron Man 2. I've probably seen it like 6 times, and I've never seen the whole movie. Same with Civil War and Winter Soldier. Like, I don't think I'd ever seen the entire movie. I probably seen
Maybe
most
you
of
should
it.
do a marathon. That's what we
Yeah.
did.
Well, that's what I started. I mean, yeah, I don't know if we'll do every movie, but like I was kind of scrolling through, and I was like, I don't think I've seen all of this one. So we ended up watching Winter Soldier.
Mhm.
And it was funny because I watched Winter Soldier, and I hadn't seen all of it from beginning to end.
Mhm.
And because now I've been watching Falcon and Winter Soldier, I'm like half of the characters in this show are from this movie.
It's something you should watch it.
Yeah. Well, so now I've seen Winter Soldier, and I was like, oh, this makes a lot more sense now. Like even George St. Pierre, the MMA fighter, they fight him in the beginning of Falcon and Winter Soldier, but Captain America also fights him in the beginning of the Winter Soldier movie, which I didn't realize.
Get it?
Yeah.
You're just like, why is he here? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
there's a reason for these people, Scott.
Well, even Falcon, I didn't realize that Falcon was introduced in that movie, in the very beginning of the movie. He's like the first character you see. And I didn't know any of that.
Yeah, you do. The more you
yeah.
know.
Yeah, but anyway, what I was saying was we also rewatched the first Captain America because I actually remember liking that movie. It's one of my favorite ones of the Marvel movies. The thing I'll say is when Captain America first puts on the suit in the very beginning, right? And I won't count like when he's doing like those performance shows. I'm saying like when he actually puts on like kind of the he just grabs one of the helmets and he goes on and rescues the soldiers and stuff. It looks cool. And I liked pretty much every iteration of the Captain America suit. The suit that they have now in the show, there's something about it that it doesn't look as cool. And I was trying to pinpoint what it is. I don't know if it's like it kind of looks a bit puffy around here.
But also keep in mind it's not meant for like movie quality. You know, where at least with like Captain America, there is a set budget. For this one, it's a pandemic show.
That could be what it is. But again, I just feel like they should have. There's something about it. Yeah, it just felt like a bit more puffy and like I don't know if there's a lot more white, whereas in Captain America's the traditional costume,
it's opposite.
Well, for starters, the blue is it's a darker blue, right? Like it's not like the comic book where it's like a bright blue. Like it seems all of the superheroes now in the movies they've kind of muted the colors a bit. So like you rarely see like bright red. It's usually like more of a burgundy and like the blue is, you know. Whereas I don't know, there's something about the I didn't dislike it, but and I actually heard some reviews that it's much more comic book accurate. Apparently, like the way it looks is exactly how it's drawn when he becomes.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but there's just something about it that doesn't. It doesn't come across as cool to me. It looked a little bit like a costume, which I'm not sure I was crazy about.
I liked it.
It was good. You know, the other problem for me is like he doesn't have like obviously he doesn't take the super serum.
No.
So he's like the Falcon is a guy, and so that's why I kept thinking.
The best. You're just spoiling it, Scott.
Well, I mean, even in the earlier movies, like even in like the first Winter Soldier movie, like we know Falcon doesn't have power. He has. Well,
that's
wings.
what makes him even more relatable. Is that he's just an average guy.
That's true, and like Iron Man is the same. But the problem for me is it's like, so Iron Man, he's wearing a suit of armor around his whole body. So like, if somebody like if a super soldier or like the Hulk or Thanos punches him, right?
He's done.
So if Iron Man gets punched, he's not dead because you go, oh, he's got this like super advanced thing, right? But Falcon, he's just got those wings. So I'm like, so wait, if somebody just hits him in the head pretty hard,
concussed,
he's done. Yeah.
Yep.
And so that's why, like, even as I was watching him like fight these super soldiers, and that's why they really rely on like his wings. So like, so when he's being pushed, like he uses his wings to like stop him, or like he uses the rockets from his thing. And I was like, they should just get him. I don't know, get him.
Well,
a
he
super
has a
suit.
movie in the works. Okay, leave him alone.
That's true.
Let the man live his life.
That's true. Actually, I heard that. Yeah, Captain America 4 is coming out.
That's life.
Yeah. But overall, I like the show.
Me too. Thanks for asking. No,
again, it's just having a hard time. Yeah, you know what that is? That's the other problem with how they've shifted superhero movies now. Oh, hey, we got Mike Brown. Hey, good morning, Dad. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hello, good morning.
And Kathy R. Hello, Kathy. She says, "Happy birthday, Regine."
Thanks. Hi, Kathy.
Good morning to you all. Good morning to you all. You're here, birthday special of the one and only Regine Alaina. But yeah, I mean the other problem is like they've shifted superhero movies so much to like fighting giant monsters and fighting superhumans that it's made a lot of like regular superheroes. They've had to find ways to beef them up. Like you even think like Batman, for example, like Batman's DC, but Batman, right? He's basically the same as like Falcon. He's just a regular guy with some good technology, right? But in most Batman movies, he's fighting other people. He's fighting human beings, right? You're not really. He's not fighting a Thanos equivalent, right? But now they've shifted movies, like even with obviously Endgame, and then in DC they were fighting basically a god in what is it, Justice League movie. But so now it's like you've got to find a way to have these heroes that are just people fighting alongside superhumans against like super giant magical creatures. And it's very quick to be like, wait, how would this guy even do anything? You know?
I don't know. Ask the Power Rangers. They did it all the time.
But they had powers. But that's what I mean. They, like as soon as things get a little bit more serious with the Power Rangers, they morph.
That's true.
And now they have, right? They only fought the putties as regular people.
Okay, fine. Then what about the pageant girls that compete against one another from all over the world? It's the same thing. We don't have superpowers.
Well, yeah.
I'm just trying to relate.
Yes, but you see what I'm saying? Like it's like like for example with the Avengers, like, doesn't it feel weird? Like you've got Iron Man's got a super suit. You've got the Hulk who's like can't be hurt, and you've got Thor who's a god, and Captain America who is super soldier. At least he got super strength, right? And then you've got like Spider-Man. Black Widow and well, actually, Spider-Man too. He's got superpowers and super strength. Then you've got Black Widow and Hawkeye. They're just regular people. And I'm always like, what are they gonna do? Like, what are they gonna? They can't fight Thanos.
But they still do it. I mean, the two of them didn't really fight Thanos.
What's what I mean? So they always. That's why in the movie, it's like so they had to find things for them to do. It's like so over here you've got these guys fighting like all these demons and stuff, and then Hawkeye's over here just. Going on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Hawkeye was like running around.
Yes.
I never thought about it like that, but
yeah, maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm thinking about it too much.
Dug really deep into that. Yeah. I was just enjoying the action movie, and here you're like, oh, but he's not even.
Yeah, well, it's the thing. I kept thinking to myself like, he's a human, you know. Like if one of them just hits him really hard.
Well, let's see what happens in the fourth movie.
Like you think, but then to your point, right? That is part of his thing. Like I don't think they'll ever give him super serum because it's I don't know. Yeah, but I wonder if like part of his appeal is that he's just like one of us. Yeah, he's just one of us. So it's a toughie, Regine. But overall, you enjoyed Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I did.
Me too. I'll say I enjoyed it overall. It was pretty good.
You just didn't like the costume.
And I didn't even dislike it. It's just like,
there was something about it.
Yeah, like and it's funny because when you actually think about superhero costumes in general, like the concept of them is kind of funny. Like if you saw somebody walking down the street in a suit like that, you'd be like, "What?" Like the weird spandex. And that's why you can tell that when they've adapted the comic book costumes to movies, they've always done something about it to make it seem a bit, I don't know, cooler. Like it's very rare that it's just like red spandex. They always do something like maybe it's a texture thing or they add, you know. So I feel like it's a fine line they have to walk. So, Mike Brown says, "Happy birthday, special Regine." Siggy Music, hey Siggy.
Hi Siggy, we miss you on the show. Hurry up and finish your music.
He says, "Happy birthday, Regine." Ciao, Scott. Happy Sunday to all. Hello, Siggy.
You.
Hi, Siggy. One day we will get to see each other again. Siggy and I play music together.
Like every Monday, right?
Yeah. It's so weird. Like that was a very, it was as regular as the sit down, Regine.
I know. And now it's not even a thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, my flash.
Although I did see Siggy share on Twitter the other day that one of his songs got shared on a playlist. So his music's getting out there. Yeah. So guys, make sure you subscribe to Siggy Music. That's him right there in the chat. Subscribe to him. Good friend of mine and band member as well. So, yeah. Did you hear they flew a helicopter on Mars, Regine?
I think so. I
think.
But while we're talking about Siggy, Siggy, stop changing the topic.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we celebrated my birthday, Kamayan, before COVID? And
Yeah, Siggy was there.
And
Siggy was there.
it's like to think that we were all sharing all this food at one table, and then everyone sharing the microphone at karaoke. Does that weird you out?
Yeah, well, I mean, especially because the food we were eating, it wasn't just like you're eating at the same table. We're all eating like with our hands and all reaching around and picking up things and sharing and everything. I wonder, like, when are they going to go back to that?
I mean, if you do it within your own household, I guess it's fine.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like...
Let's just rewind what happened, okay? All the food is out. The first hand to go in was yours. So, anything.
Obviously.
Just saying. All you see is this video of Scott's hand. That's
food's here. Of course. That was fun, though. That was very fun.
I do birthday big, and it sucks because that was my last birthday that we got to celebrate in person, and then the pandemic hit.
Yeah. So, what are your plans for this year's birthday celebration? I guess something digital.
I think I'm just gonna stay in. Maybe go to a cottage, stay in, isolate myself there with my family, and just celebrate being 30. It's so weird. I don't know how I feel about being 30, but it's okay. I'm still younger than you. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Sorry, I just like baited you out that you are over the age of 30. Sorry, Scott.
Allegedly. Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. No, but it's interesting.
Yeah. So you're basically gonna work within your family and build a bubble that way, it'll be a smaller event than what you would prefer to have your birthday for sure.
You know what? Like, everyone that knows me knows that I go all out on my birthday, because my one thing is you don't know when it's going to be your last birthday, so you might as well celebrate it like it is your last. And my 30th birthday was always that one birthday that I was looking forward to besides my 18th birthday, because it's my champagne birthday, 30 on the 30th. And of course, COVID happened, but I do have champagne. I have a crown and sash that says 30 and fabulous, so I can't complain. That's all I need. And I'm going to have a nice cake. My mom got me a cake that's like the number 30, and it's strawberry and mango. So do it. Eat cake and drink champagne.
It's all you need. That's a good way to look at it, though. You never know when it's going to be your last birthday. And in this case, it was your last in-person birthday that you could do, and we didn't know. So your point is very valid.
I got a concert from Scott and Melvin and Siggy.
That's right. That was so fun. Forgot we had a nice all-night. We basically took over the karaoke bar.
You did.
It was like me, Siggy, and Melvin just singing over and over again. Well, and we tried to. It's like once we started really singing, other people they didn't want to anymore. It was just like our table.
Because, okay, when you have 3 professional musicians at a karaoke bar on stage, friggin' doing whatever you guys are doing, obviously no one's gonna want to sing after that. I did it. I was like, nope, all you.
Sorry, people, if you were there. But it was fun, though. I remember I think
we had a show the next day, and you were like, "Horse." You're like, "Yeah, no."
Yeah, because that was a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. Just drinking beers, karaoke, all night long. And that's the thing. The more beers you drink, it's like, oh, I got to do this song, because like you just want to keep going and keep going. It was great. It was great. Mm-hmm. Maria Brown. Good morning. Happy birthday, Regine. There you go. As my mom said.
Thank you, Mrs. Brown. Thank you, everyone.
So another thing that was born out of this pandemic, obviously, was Deliciousness Treats, which is a brand, a company that you built yourself, up from nothing. And tell me, what was it? But I mean, it was pretty amazing to watch you build that thing and put it all together. So tell me about, what was it like building up a brand and building a company out of thin air, Regine?
Okay, so the thought of Deliciousness Treats just literally came out of thin air. Like you said, I was looking for something to keep myself busy and occupied. So like you mentioned off the top, I work in events. And with the pandemic, my job was the first to go. No people gathering, no events, no need for my job. And then in September, my grandmother passed away, and it was just one of those things that I really needed to distract myself. Like, this was like the breaking point for me. Like, okay, mentally, I need to figure something out. And that's when I went online and I saw hot chocolate bombs popping up left, right, and center. And I was like, okay, how do I get my hands on a chocolate bomb? Couldn't find them anywhere, but I found ways to make them. And so that's kind of where it started to come from, was, all right, well, if I can make it and I can package it and sell it, why not give it a try? And the name was supposed to actually just be Deliciousness. And I couldn't just grab the handle on social media because it was taken. So I was like, okay, how about Deliciousness Treats? And I'm glad that I stuck to Deliciousness Treats because it gave me a chance to just add more treats to it. And it wasn't just hot chocolate bombs. And from hot chocolate bombs came dipped Oreos. And then from dipped Oreos came Roast Krispies. And then from there came Smash Cakes. And it just all kind of fell together really quickly. I know I sent you all of these prototypes. I'm like, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? But it wasn't just you. I was sending it to like my cousins who were also in need of a distraction, or some of my friends who were in marketing. And it just literally blew up in my face like a chocolate bomb. And I was like, okay, here we go. And this is where it is. Obviously, it's not hot chocolate season anymore, but having the Smash Cakes, having the dipped Oreos and the Roast Krispies, it has helped keep business going year round.
Yeah, well, that's the thing that was been cool to watch, because I was really not very familiar with hot chocolate bombs, but you kind of you jumped in there right at the right time. But then what was amazing was to see how it's like you said, hot chocolate season shifts, and then you were able to just pivot and like, okay, what are we going to offer next? What are we going to offer next? And suddenly, like, the product line just kept growing, and it's always changing, and you're adapting it to different things, and it's just it's been cool. It's been cool to see.
And it's great because I had friends and family who were super supportive of not just ordering, but sharing things online. Having the ability to share it on your platform helped a lot. A lot of my Christmas and Valentine's sales, I would think like 75 or 80% of those people I didn't even know. So that was amazing. And obviously contactless pickup was also helpful. Having some sort of delivery service over the Christmas break helped too. So yeah.
So you just found ways to make it work. So what's I don't know, what's a piece of advice you'd give to somebody who's thinking about starting a business at this time?
I love that question. And I always say, just do it. Just like I know I say the same thing when it comes to pageantry. When people are like, oh, what do you say about people want to do pageants? Just do it. If you're passionate about something, if you, if you really believe in the product or the service or just the brand that you have, go for it. The only person that's stopping you is yourself. I started a business out of nowhere. I started a business in the pandemic with no money, but I was like, what can I do to keep myself busy? I believed in it enough, and people believed in me enough that it grew to what it was. And I think that's really what people need to do, is if you believe in yourself, you believe in the product and service, go for it.
There you go. And make sure it's delicious.
Unless it's a service, and at least make it good.
Yeah, I guess so. Depends what you're offering. But it definitely helped that the things you made were really, really tasty and good, and like, stuff that I just wanted to keep eating and eating and eating.
It stuck to it, or it, what's it called? It met the name or the level of its name. Does that make sense?
Yes, Deliciousness Treats is a very apt name because they're delicious.
Okay, so I was used to be like delicious treats, but I'm that type of person that likes to add a twist to my words. So deliciousness just made sense.
Yeah, no, it definitely gives it something extra. It definitely gives it something extra. That's the thing. Is I think it was more than just, I'm gonna make these hot chocolate bombs. Like it was the whole. You designed an entire, well, literally a brand around it. You know what I mean? There's.
It's pink and deliciousness.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, so when I think Deliciousness Treats now, I'm not just thinking, oh yeah, my friend makes these things. You know what I mean? Like, there's you kind of. I mean, I guess it probably comes from your event planning experience and that type of side of things. But it was just you you built it into something that now when I imagine Deliciousness treats, it's a brand. It's not just, some chocolate. You know what I mean?
Mm. And the fun part is I don't even like chocolate.
It's probably helpful though. It's probably helpful. I mean, otherwise, if I feel like if I started that, I would just be eating all my products and then I wouldn't make any money because I ate it all.
And so I sent them to you. Scott, try these. Does it work? Yeah, you're perfect.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't like it, blame Scott because he was the guinea pig for all of them.
Well, that's the other problem is that I feel like there's I like so many things. So it's like it would have to be. I mean, it would have to be. I don't even know what it would have to be for me to not like it. So I'm like, ooh, is it chocolate? Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, you can put nibs in there. I'll take it.
Yeah. Just speaking of nibs and other, I mean, I have you ever been to Craig's Cookies? Have you heard of that place?
I've heard of it.
It's a cookie shop downtown, and I tried it for the first time. They're really good cookies, but I noticed they have your regular chocolate chip cookies, and then there's like some of them have like chocolate bars or other things in it.
They have nibs in their cookies?
Yeah, they have like cookies where it's like a chocolate chip cookie with nibs on it. Or they have one with a chocolate chip cookie with they had one with mini eggs, but that kind of fits in chocolate. But there was like other candies like fuzzy peach and yeah, that's the thing. So I was like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, am I gonna like that? Like I feel like I would clash a little bit. I don't know.
Did you like it?
I didn't try it.
Well, there's another cookie place also in Toronto. Now I forgot what it was called. I think the Night Baker, something like that. And they have a lot of delicious cookies that I get very tempted to just place an order. But then I have to remind myself that I have a pageant coming up. So it just sits in my checkout or my cart. It's like, just going to leave it here for now.
Makes sense. Kind of like, okay, yeah, just to remind me that those are on my menu. But the problem with the Craig's Cookies place is why I haven't tried the weirder cookies is because they're not like cheap. They're not like cheap cookies. Like it's like you'll go there. I'll usually buy half a dozen, and it comes in a little box. But that's like $13 for like 6.
I was gonna say Mrs. Fields is expensive, and then you said that. I'm like, just kidding. Yeah,
and so that's why. So when I'm there picking my 6 cookies, I'm very like, I'll get
strategic.
That one. Yeah, so that's why I'm almost like, okay, I've got 6 of these. I'm spending this much on a cookie. Like, do I really want to risk purchasing one that I feel like might just be weird? It might be a little weird. You know what I mean?
Just do it. You love nibs. You love cookies. You might as well put the two worlds together in one. And if you don't like it, then tell them. Like, I didn't like this cookie. Can I have a refund?
I mean, it's true, but, and I've heard that, and I've even used that logic before, right? But the truth is that falls apart quick, like when you say like, you like this, right? Oh, and you like this. You're definitely gonna like them together, right? But it's like, I like pickles.
Them separate. Yeah.
I like pickles, and I also like apple pie, right? But I don't necessarily want pickles on my apple pie, right? I like...
it might work.
I mean, that's the thing. There's a curiosity. It's funny because the reason I even picked pickles and apple pie, because in my head at first I was trying to think, what are 2 things? But I kept thinking of 2 things that like probably would be good together. So you have to like...
Pickles and apple pie. Depends on the type of pickle. Like if it's a dill pickle, maybe not. But if it was like one of those sweeter ones that you put in burgers or hot dogs or whatever, like the ones from the hot dog stand, I feel like maybe that would work.
A sweet pickle probably wouldn't taste that bad. It would probably add an extra level of crunch. Okay, how about this? Orange juice.
And toothpaste.
Well, yeah, I know. That's gross. Exactly. I like
but anyway, toothpaste, and I like orange juice, but not together.
Yes. In fact, I remember when I went to this place, there was one cookie that I tried that I was just like, I wasn't blown away by it. I was like, this is good, but it's not as good as the others. And it was one of the ones where it was a cookie with something else stuck in it, and I can't remember what the thing was. So
I mean, I
I
bake
don't know.
cookies and put Oreos in them.
I mean, well, yeah, but I mean, that sounds amazing. Can't go wrong with that. Yeah.
Okay, when we're back in studio, I'll make cookies with Oreos, and then I'll dip them in chocolate for you.
Once
Ooh.
we're back in studio, I feel like almost every episode we're gonna have some like every time we do
Chocolate
the ad break,
bombs.
there's got to be some deliciousness treat stuff that we can sample right on the air every time.
There
I feel
you
like
go.
that's definitely good for advertising, Regine. That's important.
Speaking of ad breaks, Scott.
We should probably do ours. Yes, we
Yeah.
should. Ladies and gentlemen, today's episode of the Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown are brought to you by some very important people, right, Regine?
Mm-hmm.
And they are, of course, our advertisers. And the first one we're going to talk about today is Deliciousness Treats.
Oh, wow. Started off. Perfect. Deliciousness treats, hot chocolate bombs, dipped Oreos, smash cakes, and more. We've been talking about it for the last 5 minutes, but if you are interested in getting your own hot chocolate bombs, smash cakes, Roast Krispies, or anything for Mother's Day, make sure you check us out. Check us out at deliciousness_treats on Instagram and Deliciousness Treats on Facebook.
That's right, everybody. Get those deliciousness things in your belly. I can personally vouch for them. Yes, this is an advertisement. Yes, I know, Regine. Yes, I get it. Yes, bias. All that stuff doesn't matter. I've eaten them. I've drank them, and they are delicious.
And he smashed them.
And I did smash that cake. It was very, very good. So, and honestly, smash cake makes a great gift. I will say, if you're looking for a fun gift to give somebody on their birthday, smash cakes are just fun. You can fill it with candy or whatever things they like, and it's just a fun experience. It's great. What are you going to say, Regine?
Someone actually ordered for their birthday. I know they're not going to watch this. I can talk about it. It's a birthday smash cake, and inside they're actually putting a Pandora box bracelet inside.
Oh, nice.
So it's also a great way to wrap your gifts.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's so flexible, right? Because you can also like personalize what you want to put in it, and it just makes the whole thing kind of an experience. So there you
I
go.
also got bachelorette friendly ones too.
Oh, all right, lovely deliciousness treats, everybody. Sweet treats in anything you really want. Right? For you. That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, Regine, do you want to find out what your home is really worth?
I do.
Are you buying, selling, investing, or renting a home?
I might be.
Then Jennifer C., realtor at Home Life Culture Link, is here to help. Call or text Jennifer today at 647-403-8887. Don't deal with just anyone. Speak to a professional. Jennifer C. at Home Life Culture Link. To see her current listings, visit homelifeculturelink.com. The Mortgage Godfather is here to give you advice with any mortgage needs you may have, and he will shop to find you the best mortgage. Nino Saimeka, mortgage agent. He'll give you an offer you can't refuse, Regine. Find out more at mortgagegodfather.ca or call 905-604-6955. Jewelry forever. Conveniently located at CF Markville Shopping Center on 5000 Highway 7 East Markham. They do custom-made jewelry, repairs, and change watch batteries, all done on site. And we've got a wonderful deal worked out with them, don't we, Regine?
We do. If you tell them that Scott and Regine sent you, you'll get 15% off your entire purchase.
That's right, 15% off. Jerry over at Jewelry Forever is an absolute artist. If you have a vision for a beautiful piece of custom jewelry, he is the man to make it. And yeah, mention the show. Tell him Scott and Regine sent you. Get 15% off your purchase. And they also have a fine selection of already made goods from lots of quality, wonderful brands. So check them out. Jewelry Forever. Oh, yes.
Sorry, check them out on Instagram because they also have a Mother's Day giveaway right now.
Oh, beautiful. All right, find Jewelry Forever on Instagram. That's right. They do a lot of giveaways on there. So find them on Instagram, everybody. And find out more at jewelryforever.ca. And if you would like to advertise on the show, it's very easy, right, Regine?
It's simple. All you guys have to do is email us at radioshowad, that's radioshowad@gmail.com. And before Scott cuts me off, we do have a Spring Fling promo. So make sure if you guys are interested to email us so we can send you the details.
That's right, everybody. Advertise on the show. We do this show live every week. And we do the ads live, just like we're doing them now, which means you can personalize them week to week. Do you have an event, a sale, or something happening in a particular time or particular place? You let us know. We let your potential client base know in real time. It's an amazing way to build a brand new, personalized relationship with potential new clients.
Yes.
Radio show AD, radio show ad at gmail.com, and take advantage of our spring fling special. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with Regine Alaina, wearing my Team Regine shirt. Hello, Yumi. Yumi's here.
Hello.
And he says, happy birthday. Happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
Regine.
Well, thank you.
Happy birthday. You've been watching anything other than Winter Soldier? You got any recommendations for what you've been watching on what have you been streaming lately?
I am the queen of binge watching. Let's just put it that way. I have binged within the past couple of months all of RuPaul's Drag Race season 1 through 13, which just finished actually. I've watched all of RuPaul UK Drag Race. I'm working on All-Star Drag Race. So just a lot of drag race going on in this household. Watching The Crown.
Oh, okay. Yeah, keep going.
I'm watching The Crown. If you're going to say you're detecting a theme, yes, there's queens everywhere. The Crown, RuPaul's Drag Race. What I love about RuPaul's Drag Race, it just hypes me up and gives me so much creativity when it comes to what am I going to do for Galaxy? What am I going to do for my outfits? And I get a lot of my inspiration from what RuPaul wears on the show. Just going to say that.
I've never seen a single episode of any of the Drag Race shows. So what is it? Like, what do they actually do? Is it a competition of some kind?
Mm-hmm. It's like if obviously it's a competition, so they have different challenges throughout the week, and it's a battle amongst the best drag queens there are in the US, now Canada, and the UK.
Huh. Mm-hmm. So they come out and do they have like, I'm just trying to think, are there different events? Do they do like...
So think what's that show called? America's Next Top Model meets a makeup challenge, meets a fashion challenge, like shows like that, combine them all into one and add drag queens.
I see. So they kind of compete on the various elements of being a drag queen. So there's the performance side, there's the whole makeup look, and so I see. So yeah, I got it. Okay.
I think you need to watch one episode.
I guess I have to. I mean, clearly it's a high recommend from you. You've watched all of it?
I have. It's crazy. I can watch a whole season, which is like 15, 16 episodes in 2 days.
Just keep it rolling. Actually,
hey, we're in a pandemic, okay? You leave me alone.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it's like that's what it's for. So we're killing time, and binge watching it's pretty much built for it. I watched I saw on Disney Plus, have you been seeing at the top there, Tolkien? It's like the story of like the guy who wrote Lord of the Rings. Have you seen that one on there?
I don't watch Lord of the Rings, so I wouldn't watch it anyway.
It was okay. I watched it last night, and like I was kind of interested just because I like Lord of the Rings. And it kind of tells his story. I mean, he had he fought in the First World War, and he became a professor at Oxford, and he was very interested in languages and stuff. Anyway, I was interested in more in terms of like the story of the actual guy. The movie itself was fine. Anyway, I just watched it yesterday because it was
nothing else to watch. Just watch Drag Race.
Just watch Drag Race.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's say now that I've finished Winter Soldier, did you watch WandaVision? Did you finish that one? Yeah. So like now, have they announced what the next
Loki?
Oh, when's that coming?
June.
June.
It's weird because before the pandemic, I was not big on superheroes, and then we decided let's just watch all the Marvel movies from start to finish, and now I've just been invested in this crazy Marvel world.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. And I know you're not the only one who's been in that situation where it's like people who say weren't on the whole Marvel craze, right? For the last over a decade, let's say, right? I mean, before the pandemic, you could say to somebody, oh, I can't get caught up. Like, I'm not going to binge watch 20 movies, because literally 20 films.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like,
I did it though. Yay.
what's the thing? Because now, what else are you going to do? It's like, if there was ever a time to like binge watch movies, it's
Or
now.
Drag Race.
Or Drag Race. Actually, you know what me and my girlfriend were talking about yesterday is we might watch, speaking of Lord of the Rings, we might binge watch the Lord of the Rings movies, the extended editions. So the big thing about the Lord of the Rings when they first came out, Regina, is if you haven't seen them, you probably wouldn't know, but when they came out, there was always like the theatrical release, which was usually, I can't remember now. Let's say, if I remember right, they were like 2.5 hours, let's say, when you watched it in movies, in theater. But then what you really were waiting for, the real version of the movie, was the extended edition, which was going to be on DVD. And that one was like 3 or 4 hours long. And that had like...
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. So like... and then the other thing that was awesome about Lord of the Rings was... yeah, you watch the movies, but the thing that really made it special was the special features, because every movie has like 14 hours of special features stuff, like, you know, behind the scenes interviews.
Hours?
Yeah. So
See,
like,
I can binge watch, but that's a lot.
well, so that's why now we're talking about like, oh, we should binge watch all the Lord of the Rings movies and all the special features.
Can you just watch one episode of Drag Race before you do that?
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's quite a commitment to watch all LOTR and all of the special features.
If you are gonna watch Drag Race, though, don't judge it off of season 1.
Oh.
I'll tell you what season to watch that I think you'll enjoy more.
So you're saying I shouldn't watch season 1 first?
Watch season 1, but it's really like low res, like it was their first season. They didn't know what they were doing, kind of thing. Like even the prizes weren't that great, but it gets towards like season 5, 6, 7, where it's like, okay, this is what you want to watch. So it took them a little while to figure it out. But wait, it took them like 4 seasons before it got like... Season 1 is like, meh. Season 2 is great. Season 2 is what it is now. But the cast and how great of skills and the great of beauty queens that they had are towards like season 5.
I see. So I guess they got increasingly better at making it as time went on. I guess that makes sense. Well, that was like, I don't know if you've ever watched Schitt's Creek. Have you seen that movie?
Remember that show? I was so sad when it ended.
Yeah. Well, you know what that one was? When it first came out, I remember everybody was talking about it. And so I watched episode 1 and episode 2. And
you gotta watch more than that.
Yes, because that's the thing. I watched the first 2 episodes and then I was like, this is annoying. Like the first 2 episodes, there's just so much yelling. Like they're just yelling at each other. And obviously nobody was...
Because it's like a new thing,
yeah,
right?
Yes. Well, that's what I mean. So like but I found the character so abrasive and unlikable in the first 2 episodes that I just...
Did you finish it though? Like,
so that's the thing. So I watched the first 2 episodes. This is when it first came out. So this is years ago. And I was like, this isn't good. And we didn't watch it again. I didn't watch the show ever at all again until they announced that they were... Yeah, well, they were announcing that the show was ending and that this was the final season. And yeah, it was starting to get all these accolades. And I remember I was thinking, I'm hearing all this and I'm like, I watched some of that. I didn't like it at all. And then I finally was like, and my girlfriend felt the same way because we watched it together and we were like, yeah, we really didn't like those first 2 episodes. And then I was like, okay, well, it's getting so many accolades. Like maybe I should take another look just to see if, maybe it gets better. And it really, really gets better, like way better.
I was so sad when it ended. Like when it ended, I was like, oh no. And then I watched their like last table reading and I think I got as emotional as them for some reason. I don't know why, but it was just such a great show. And for it to end, I was like, oh, there's so much more that could go on with this story. But it's okay. I moved on to Drag Race. Did
Yeah.
you see? Because I know we watched a lot. Sorry, Scott. I know we watched
yeah.
a lot of like the same shows in the beginning of the pandemic. Did you see that the new season of The Circle USA is out?
I haven't watched any of The Circle, so I didn't really see. I
Scott.
think we did have a talk about like when we were talking about
You
various
made me
shows.
watch all these shows, and you're not watching the shows I recommend. I'm offended.
Yeah, that's I kind of
What's
forgot
wrong
about
with
that.
you?
Kind of forgot about The Circle.
Hey,
But,
Regine, did you watch Love is Blind? No. You should watch it. Okay. Scott, you should watch The Circle. Doesn't watch it.
True. Well, okay.
How
One of these days,
rude.
I've got Drag Race. I have to get on there. So
And it's my
Another one.
birthday. What the heck?
you want my birthday present to you to be to binge watch RuPaul's Drag Race starting
Season
at season
1 to 13.
It's 13 seasons. Wow.
Yeah, I watched all of it.
How many episodes in a season?
Like 15?
Oh, so it's a pretty big commitment.
Yes,
Hour
it
episodes
is.
or no?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a commitment. And I
Yeah.
did it. And that's only US. So there's also Canadian. There's also the UK. There's All Star.
Is RuPaul in all of them?
He wasn't in the Canadian one, but he was in the UK one. Because I think the UK and the Canadian one are filmed at the same time.
I see. Okay.
So,
So they have different hosts.
and Canada, yeah.
I see.
Mhm.
But it's still good. It's still good.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, but yeah. The thing I was going to say about one thing I noticed with, so how Schitt's Creek ended. Well, it's a thing that I've noticed with Canadian shows is I don't know what it is, but they're not like, you have a show like I don't know, there's shows in the US that like they just keep
Friends?
going and they keep getting renewed. Friends, but I was thinking more like, but you know what I was really thinking about was do you remember the show Flashpoint? Did you ever watch that show?
No.
So
But
Flashpoint,
I remember hearing about it. That's like the
Yeah.
superhero one, right?
no, it was actually about they were about
Never
like
mind.
SWAT team, like cops, SWAT team.
Oh, yeah, I don't watch stuff like that.
But so that was one it's actually a Canadian show set in Toronto, and and that was another one that I wasn't really interested in when I first saw the ads. I was like, whatever. And then I finally got into it, maybe season, I don't remember, 3, 4, I can't remember. But I got really obsessed with that show. Like it was an awesome show, and and at the time it was kind of competing with like Criminal Minds, CSI, and those sort of cop shows. But Flashpoint was far and away the best one of all of those. Like the writing was better, it was shot better, but I remember same thing. It's like it got to season I think 7, and they're like, and this is going to be the last season.
I hate that.
And yeah, and at the time, Flashpoint it was actually more popular, I think, in the U.S. and in other parts of the world than it ever got in Canada, right? So it had a big fan base, but I don't know. There's this weird thing, whereas it's like in Canada, we sort of just decide. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's how funding is different, but like you'd imagine, like Schitt's Creek is now, I think, arguably by its last season, it was the most popular it had ever been, because I think it took a couple seasons for its popularity to really build.
But Dan Levy decided to end it at that season. Like it wasn't a network thing. He decided it's going to end at this storyline, which sucks. But maybe it'll be like, what's that? I was going to say One Tree Hill for some reason. Gilmore Girls. You know how they ended and then they came back a few years later with
Like a
a
little reunion?
continuation. It was like a continuation of Rory's story. So the original series is Rory and her mom and her mom's story, and then when they came back it was more Rory's story. So maybe, I'm just putting it out there, maybe Schitt's Creek will come back and do the same thing. So
A
we'll
little
see.
continuation. People would watch it. But yeah, but that's the thing.
I
But Flashpoint was the same thing, where I think there was something happening with how they were funding the show or something. And so the writers decided, rather than compromise on the quality, they were like, no, you know what? We're just going to write our finale and end it there. And I remember even thinking at the time, I was like, this is the best version of any of these police shows.
And all
and
the
it's
other
the one
police
that's
shows
leaving.
are still on. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm saying, Criminal Minds, I think Criminal Minds is still going. I'm not sure, but... And I remember it was funny because like we were kind of into Criminal Minds at the time,
Mhm.
but the big thing I noticed was if you watch an episode of Flashpoint and then you immediately afterwards watch an episode of Criminal Minds looks so staged. Like I remember like even the way that they're all standing in the room and the way they say their lines, like it doesn't feel like they're real people talking. And then you watch Flashpoint and it felt like there's more movement and it just felt more natural and real.
Mm.
But I don't know. There's something about, I don't know if, again, it's just the way the film industry is different in this country or something, where it's like you've got these awesome shows that you'd think they would just keep going. Because like generally speaking, it's like, yeah, that season was really good. So that means that there's going to be another season, right? Yeah. And then it'll be ruined for another one. And like the show, but here it's like, we kind of just go, nope, this is the end. It ends here. And the show's done.
Yeah.
I mean, and I guess it's good and bad in the sense that if you end it at a high point, you know it ends well. Whereas I guess if you're waiting for a show that nobody likes it anymore so that it gets canceled, I guess it's different. But
Yeah.
even Kim's Convenience just ended.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard
And
there's also a lot of controversy with what's been going on with that too. So
Oh,
how
really?
Kim Convenience is ended, and it's been such an Asian focused cast, and
Yeah.
then the one character who was non-Asian gets the spinoff.
Oh, I haven't even heard any of this. There's a spin-off? I didn't even know any of this. Who's
Yeah.
getting a spin-off?
I only watched the first few episodes of it, so I don't really remember the character's name, but it's the girl that works at the car dealership, I think.
Oh, so she's getting her own. Interesting.
And so with everything going on with like the Asian hate movement, and then Kim's Convenience ending, and then she getting a spinoff, everyone's like, what? But that's another conversation for another day.
I haven't even heard that. But, well, in terms of Kim's Convenience ending, again, it fits right in that same thing, like these Canadian shows. It's like, and I think Kim's Convenience is the same situation. I feel like it's as popular now as it's ever been. But they're deciding, nope, this is when it ends. There is something more artistically pure about it, where it's like, nope, this is where we felt that the story. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, but you're taking away, whereas other shows that are not good just keep getting renewed and keep going and keep going and
Well,
keep
if you
going.
look at the looks of like Simpsons and South Park, they've
Yeah.
been going on forever.
Yeah, I mean, I would say South Park is still good, but Simpsons,
Sesame Street keeps going on
Yeah.
and on and on.
yeah. So
What happened to
keep
Reading
going.
Rainbow?
Take a look. It's in a book.
I hated that show.
I the only time I ever watched that was like in school. Our teacher would show us episodes of it.
No, when that show came on, I was like, TV's done.
Yeah, I don't ever actually remember seeing it on TV.
Really?
I never watched it at home. I didn't mind it. I like the song, but I only ever watched it in class at school when the teacher would play
I
it.
would watch like Mr. Dress Up and
Oh yeah,
things
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and then I think Reading Rainbow was next. I was like, I'm done watching TV today.
Done
Turn
with
it
this.
off. Start playing
Jen-
toys.
Jenna Rose Fitness is here. Happy birthday, Regine. Hi, Jenna.
Thank you. Hi, Jenna. We have a question for you.
Oh, yeah, Jenna, if you're still there, I've been blasting myself with cold water every Sunday for the last 3 weeks. I did it this morning too. I forgot to mention I did it this morning too.
Nice.
One thing I did want to ask though, if she's still there, Jenna, if you're still there, is it okay to, after you hit yourself with cold water, can you warm yourself up after with warm water, or does that negate it?
Defeat the purpose.
The purpose? Well, that's what I'm trying to think, because one thing I noticed, like, so I did hit myself with cold water, and I went like, I think I got to 20 seconds tonight.
Whoa, wait. Did you do that? 1 millisecond, 2 milliseconds.
I'm not sure. I tried, but I wonder if I sped up a little bit by the end. But then afterwards, I washed my face with warm water.
Oh.
Also, I couldn't. I didn't put my
couldn't feel my
entire
face.
body under again. Like I put my head and my arms, but I couldn't bring myself to like just fully step
Oh, there she is.
under.
Yay.
Oh, she
for
goes, I'm
cold
still here. Yay, lol,
showers.
for cold showers. Yeah. So Jenna, is it okay if I wash myself with red? Like, or in fact, in general, here's a general question: if I blast myself with cold water, if I were to just then warm up the shower afterwards, is that bad, or is the idea to go in cold and then step out cold and be cold?
Wait. Can she answer that off air? Because I I just looked at the time.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
we do have to wrap up. Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Well,
I
maybe
have
she'll
work,
answer right
guys.
now. But in the meantime, Regine, happy birthday.
Thank you.
And where can the people find you?
Well, you guys can find me on YouTube, like Scott mentioned earlier. I go live every Monday and Wednesday with the pageant sit down at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This week, I have two amazing guests. One is actually from Canada's Top Choice, and one is from Galaxy. So make sure you check it out Monday and Wednesday. You can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at It's Regine Alaina. And if you'd like to follow my journey to the International Galaxy Pageant, follow me at Ms. So that's MS Galaxy Canada on Instagram and Facebook. Where can they find you, Scott?
You can find me right here where you're watching this very video. YouTube.com/Scott Dion Brown. Ashton Cole, yo, what's up? Hey, Ashton, how are you? Welcome. YouTube.com/Scott Dion Brown. We have this show every Sunday. We got lots of gaming Monday to Friday. I've got music. We got vlogs. We got unboxing videos. We got comedy sketches. We got it all, people. We just passed 2,000
vlogs
subs.
will enhance your life.
That's right. Enhance. So subscribe, guys. You can also follow me here on Instagram and Twitter at Scott Dion Brown, or on TikTok, Scott Dion Brown Official. But YouTube is the best place. And let me just say, Regine, it's your birthday special. And I just got to say, it's been really an honor, and it's been great, working with you these past few years. And you're just great seeing you build your business, and it's been inspiring to see all the stuff you do. And you're a great co-host, and I'm really glad we've been able to work together all this time.
Thanks. Right back at ya.
Thank you.
It's not your birthday, so I'm not going to be nice too. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But, Ashton Cole says, happy birthday, Regine. Jenna Rose says, I think you're supposed to end with cold showers. So you can do contrast, hot and cold, but end with cold.
There you go.
All right. Noted, Jenna. Thank you. Yeah, we'll have to ask more questions. And we were saying before, we want to have you on as a guest so we can get you back on here and ask more things. We'll do that in the future. But for now, time to wrap up. Regine does have other things to do this morning.
I have work today.
That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you could have been anywhere. You could have gone anywhere. You could have gone to any site, any website, any video in the world, but you chose to spend your Sunday morning, evening, afternoon with us. And for that, we're eternally grateful. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for being here. Any final thoughts, Regine?
Just thank you to everyone who watched. Thank you to everyone who greeted me a happy birthday. I do appreciate it. If you want a Team Regine t-shirt like Scott's wearing, let us know. Scott has his own merch. Should I have mine?
Yeah, we should. We should launch Regine's
below.
merch. Yeah, we should.
Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. But no, thanks for having me as a guest, Scott. It's interesting being a guest today. I think the last time I was ever a guest was when I won Galaxy. So this is a nice change. And you were also wearing the same t-shirt, but hey.
That's true. I probably did, right? I did wear the Team Regine shirt.
You were. Love it.
Makes sense.
But yeah, thanks for having me as a guest. And I will see you in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're not here next week, right? Yes. All right. I'll find a way, Regine, to get to Okay, everybody. Thanks for being here. I will. Bye, people.
Bye.
See you later.